The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
I'm your girl, the plainest Jane, and let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now. What up and welcome back. I'm Jane, the plainest Jane, and I serve syrup in the form of black news and celebrity updates. Everybody come on in, hit the thumbs up button. I am not happy about today's subject matter, but it is something that needs to be spoken about. All right. Come on in, pay your fare. Okay. Because we've got to discuss things that are going on. And I really want to hear from you and how you would deal with a situation like this. You read the title, and the title was really only half of what really happened in this unfortunate situation. This took place in Houston, Texas. But this is stuff that takes place all over the nation, right, of the United States. So shout out to everybody in the chat, wherever you are from. Be sure to drop down below and let me know where you are from. Most of my viewers are in the United States, but I do have some people that aren't in the United States, and that's pretty cool and dope to understand as well. So come on in. I do believe I'm going to open the phone lines for this video because what's the solution to this? How should you react and respond to situations like this? You read the title, right? What would you do as a woman who is by herself, in the sense of, you know, your husband, the children of your father, there's not a guy with you, but you experience something like this. How do you respond to this situation? What is the quote unquote right answer? And I'm really curious to know how other people would deal with this situation. So let's go ahead and get on in. Okay, California, Houston, Kansas City, Oklahoma. Okay, got you. There are a lot of people from a lot of different places. Listen, y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And today we're talking about a situation that is in real life. I have no issue talking about the celebrities and what's going on. If they're going to make stuff our business, then we have the right to have conversations and speculate about it, right? But there has to be a balance where, for me, at least on my platform and my channel, where we talk about stuff that affects everyday people like you and me, right? And this is one of those things. This is one of these real life situations. So everyone, come on, get situated, right? Hit the like on this video. Lots of different ways you can support this stream. But honestly, this stream isn't even about supporting me. It's about creating awareness about this situation. So I really need, and the person that this happened to, which is a black woman who was spit on by an officer with a firearm, right? And he also destroyed her property as well and hurled racial slurs at her. It is very, very important that we make this conversation go far and wide. The officer's name is David Tupper. David Tupper. We need to make sure this goes far and wide. And the best and only way for this video anyway, to make sure it goes far and wide, is the more you hit thumbs up on this video, the more it pushes us out into the algorithm. Also, please be sure that you are sharing this video, right? Via text message, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, your group chat, however it is that you share videos, please make sure that you share this video. You know that when we're talking about white supremacy, when we're talking about the Ku Klux Klan, the modern day Ku Klux Klan, and when we're talking about a male Karen, we're talking about a Ku Klux Ken. These types of videos are suppressed in the algorithm. So it's so important that you comment as much as possible in this video. so that it lets YouTube know that this is a video that's worth sharing and amplifying. But also make sure that you are hitting thumbs up on this video so that we can get justice and make sure that this lice lieutenant, this Mayo mascot, this flower ranger loses his job. That is the goal here. We need justice, right? And so without further ado, everybody come on, get on in here, get on in, get on in. Somebody said, wait, what was said and done? Baby, read the title, and we're only just getting started. Okay, so thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you this video, right? And then I'm going to give you the backstory and the context to what led up to this video. So I appreciate all of you all being here and supporting the stream in any which a way you can. All right, let's get started. Drop some pancakes in the chat, hit thumbs up, and let's go.
What you are, nigger trash.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from me, you classist bitch.
What you gonna do?
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid nigga, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a
she is
stupid
a
nigga.
stupid nigger.
He hit my plate. I'm a stupid
Go
nigger.
fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch ass.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
So we've got a couple of things on camera, okay? We've got a couple of things on camera, and there is so much that we need to peel back pertaining to this story. We've got the social medias. We've got who he's married to. We've got places of employment. We've got GoFundMes. Oh, baby, we got it all. So buckle your seatbelts on this bus because we're really about to get into all that revolves around this Mr. David Tupper, okay? We're going to get into all of this. I've done a lot of research, and I've been taking my time making sure I can bring this to you in a way in which you can really understand all of this stuff. So let's get into it. Now, would you believe with all of these racial slurs that this man hurled at this Black woman, that he's married to a Black woman? Like let's take a second. He's married to a Black woman. Make that make sense. So let's get into let's get into the caption of what this woman of exactly what happened. And then we're going to get into all of the extensive research because his identity has been exposed. First, last name, baby, former employers are speaking out against him. Oh, baby, it's real. So like I said, come on in, hit the thumbs up because I made sure to give y'all everything that y'all needed within this video. Okay, there's even a press conference, and we're going to get into that as well. We're going to get into it, okay? Yes, we are. We are. It's Sunday night. And I know that this isn't a video that necessarily is going to give you high vibrations. It's going to help you reset your week. But listen, sometimes we got to be uncomfortable and have uncomfortable conversations. And like I said, I want to know what you would do if you were in this situation. And that question comes particularly from a portion of what this woman said in her caption when speaking about this. Okay. So let's get into this caption, shall we? So the woman says, so today I went to pick up my son from his bus stop on Kirkwood and the airport. And as I'm driving around 5:10 p.m., there's traffic going back down the airport to 59. And this cyclist is, he's in front of me and he stopped as I was. So once traffic, as he stopped as I was. So once traffic started going and he didn't move, I lightly tapped my horn thinking, and she's like, I'm thinking he's a cop. I'm thinking he's a cop. So I really only tapped on my horn very, very, very lightly to make him aware that traffic has gone in front of him, to make him aware, right? so that he can go on. And he looked in his side mirror and gave me a nasty face and parked in the middle of the road. So me being that I'm already sick with a cold, I simply got into the left lane and drove this and this man sped up next to me from the right lane and punched my side mirror and broke it. So I got out of the turning lane and got back behind him and followed him. And he kept braking as if he wanted me to hit him. So I went around and made a U-turn. And my son said, "Mom, there he is at the gas station." So I walked in with my phone camera out asking him, why did he hit my mirror, and requesting his insurance information. And this is what he said before spitting on me. This is the part here. Before spitting on me. Please share. I need to find him. A police report has already been filed. I'm in such shock and anxiety. And all I could see as if I had made a wrong move, he would have did exactly what society has been doing to us Black people. Taking our lives. Please share this man. Mind me, the store was 7-Eleven, and there were about 11 people standing there. 11 people standing there in line, including Black people, and a Black woman had the nerve to say, "Girl, you better be quiet. He got a you know what," insinuating his firearm, right? "Girl, you better be quiet. He got a you know what." And I wasn't the one speaking at all. What a world we live in. And so the reason I said I want to know what you all would do in this situation is because you've got two Black women in an establishment where there's clearly a hate crime and some racial slurs, right? Condescending, discriminatory, racist slurs being hurled. And you've got one woman who's willing to stand up against it. And you've got one woman that's like, you know what? Be quiet. He got a GUN. So I'm curious to know what you all would do in this situation. And everybody has their own reasons as to what. I'm not, speaking down on anybody. But this is what has happened here. Okay. So here's the fella. Here's the man here. Now doesn't he looks now, first of all, it's look at this picture in the middle. Doesn't he look stable, sane, and okay, right? Doesn't he look stable, sane, and okay? Not, right? However, this is him in the 7-Eleven with getting his big gulp on. And he also does have a firearm. You can see that in the video. And he's hurling these slurs at this woman, calling her the N-word with the hard E-R multiple times. This is only what she called on camera, and he spit on her, right? Let's take another look. Let's take another look.
What you are is nigger trash.
Okay.
All right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from me, you classless bitch.
What you gonna do?
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid nigga, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a
she is
stupid
a
nigger.
stupid nigger.
He hit my plate. I'm a stupid
Go
nigger.
fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch ass.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
So that's that. Shout out to Sassy for becoming a member of the Backstage Stickies. I appreciate you so much. All right. Now, this is just the beginning of where we are, because the question is, with this type of hatred that he is spewing out at people, what is this shield on the front of his shirt? Who is employing him and paying him and allowing him to have a firearm on duty? And this is how he feels, because you can only imagine how this situation would have went, right? If it had been just them two on the sandy road or any road and nobody else would have been around, he would have shot her ass dead and kept on going about his business. Let's just keep it a buck. Am I lying? Am I lying? Okay. So we finally got down to exactly who he is. And baby, when I tell you he's a weirdo, he's a complete and absolute weirdo. A complete and absolute weirdo. So let's get into this. Here's his page. Again, like I said, his name is David Tupper. Okay. So this is his page. He's been found, right? This is his wife. This is his wife. You can see the comments are going off. Hold on. You really spoke to a woman like that. And then we see this girl, the killer is in the house. You know, this is that. But also, let me show you another photo of his wife, which is right here. Okay. So this is his wife, and he uses the hard ER word, and that's just what he likes to do. That's what he likes to do. So at some point he lost an eye. Who knows what that was all about? It seems that July 17th of 2023, he was at work doing security, because you can, when I zoomed in on this, it literally says security right here. Okay. And he still got his eye patch on. So he's still doing security, and he's working. This is where he's working, right? So let me show you this really quickly. Here's his LinkedIn, right? David Tupper, right? See if I click on it. Oh, wait, now it don't exist. Okay. Ooh, you see how he's shooting those things? So here on his, and thank you all for being here. Like I said, please hit thumbs up on this video. I've done a lot of research. This information needs to be exposed to the public, so that people in Texas and everywhere else are aware of who this man is. So here on his LinkedIn, it says former LEO, law enforcement officer, now working in the private sector due to serious injury. Private security specialist and consultant, executive and personnel protection. I am results driven. Lots of people talk a good game. I deliver. Deliver what? But okay, that's that. Let's get back over to his Instagram. Okay. So we're back over to his Instagram here. Okay. And with this, let's see, let's go down here. This is what we need to see. So let's take a look at this. What is this, a Porsche? Is this a Porsche? We're going to find out what kind of car. Yes, this is a Porsche, actually. So let's zoom into this here, because we've got a GoFundMe. Okay. After a bad motorcycle wreck, he says, the wife says no more motorcycles. So I need this. And there's a GoFundMe. So what did I do? I copy and pasted the link of the GoFundMe. Why not? What's this GoFundMe about? You got to GoFundMe. Okay. Baby, here go to GoFundMe. I have an addiction that I cannot shake. Help! $45,000 he wants the public to give him to purchase a vintage Porsche. Baby. Somebody help me make it make sense. Help! And he ain't got $1. Now, mind you, this was made... Was it April? I believe it was April of this year. Let's see. Where can we see the date? I synced the date earlier. I synced it. Okay, yeah. So let me make it bigger, because here's the date. May. So this was a GoFundMe that he made on May 9th of 2023, which was this year, hoping that the public will contribute to his quote unquote addiction that he cannot shake. Okay, girl. All right. Okay. As you can see, all of the people in the comments are saying, buy your own car, David. Pay for your own car. Imagine begging for money for a broke Porsche with your begging ass. Okay. So yes, they're not playing with him over here. This is a viral story. It's not viral enough. I've seen it a handful of times, but I haven't really seen an extensive deep dive into this, which is exactly why we are here right now. Okay. Now, mind you, he made another GoFundMe a while ago, and I'm not even gonna get into all of that. But he made another GoFundMe that was basically trying to put piranhas in water to stop immigrants from swimming over here or something like that. But that GoFundMe was taken down. So this is a very quote unquote interesting fella, right? So this guy, it's just a lot of stuff going on with him. Let me show you this video again, because some people said, listen, he was talking all that stuff, but some people had peeped, or their perspective was that he looked a little bit shook and a little bit scared, like he was kind of shaking and trembling. He didn't think that woman was going to come and confront him. Let's go ahead and see what this lice lieutenant. Now let's take another look, right? Let's try to take our feelings out of it and maybe just see a different angle, even if it's a comedic angle, right? Because you know, when it comes to Black folk, even if it's something that's painful or ridiculous, we're going to find something that's funny about it, right? And I'm not telling you to take this lightly. No. I'm just saying, let's take our feelings out of it for just one moment and take another look at this just from a different angle, okay? So we've got 180 people here, 111 likes. Please listen, if y'all really care about getting this out, there is a press conference that we're going to watch in just a second, and they're demanding that he lose his job. So we really need to make more noise on social media about this situation and about this Ku Klux Klan in order for this to be effective. And there aren't any YouTube videos about this. You've got people talking about it on TikTok. You've got people talking about it on Instagram, but there aren't any real YouTube videos about this. David Tupper. Is that the name? David Tupper. We don't have a lot of videos. We don't have any videos on YouTube about David Tupper. It is so important. If you really want him to lose his job, then please make sure you do your due diligence and hit thumbs up on this video. Okay. Now let's take a look at this from a bit of a different angle. Okay.
What you are, nigger trash.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from me, you classist bitch.
What you gonna do?
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid nigga, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a
she
stupid
is a
nigga.
stupid nigger.
He hit my plate. I'm a stupid
Go
nigger.
fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch ass.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
You know, the fact that he was able to say, go fix your car. Go fix your car and stop talking to people. You did it. You did it. What she said in that caption, you absolutely did that. You did that. And it did seem like he was a little shaky. And you know, when they get a little shaky, he totally would have reached for that gun had other people not been around. So it's really unfortunate what's happening. Now, what we need to get into now is people have tracked down what appeared to be people have gotten into what appeared to be his place of employment. So let's get into the statement that they have released, and they released this statement quick, baby. They released this statement so fast, it's not even funny. They wanted to have no affiliation with this Mayo mascot in any capacity, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this.
Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news.
All right, so we've got this up here. Share this tab, and here we go, and boom. Let's get this on the screen. There's also a link that they have included as well. And we're going to get to that link in a second. So because a lot of people are like, is he impersonating the cop? He said he's former law enforcement. But it seems like he currently works at the airport. It seems like he's a rent-a-cop with a firearm. Whatever it is, whether he's a peace officer or whatever the case is, he is being employed and being paid to hold this firearm with these jacked up beliefs. That's the crazy part. Let's get into this. So here we are, and this is because a lot of people were trying to reverse engineer the shield that he had on his shirt that you can see right here. So a lot of people were trying to figure out what that was in Texas, especially after they had gotten his name and things of that nature. So let's get into this. Priority Protection and Investigations Incorporated. They say, we want to address a recent situation that has come to our attention. We understand that there have been concerns circulating regarding an ex-employee, David Tupper, who used to work for our company, but has not been affiliated with us since 2021. This David Tupper has been gaining attention on TikTok for making statements that are deeply troubling and racially insensitive. We want to be extremely clear. We do not condone or support any form of racism or harmful behavior, and we certainly do not align with the beliefs and actions of this former employee. Our company is committed to fostering a diverse, inclusive, and respectful work environment. We believe in the importance of equality, diversity, and the fundamental principles of respect for all individuals, regardless of their background, race, or beliefs. We continually strive to uphold these values and remain dedicated to making positive contributions to our community and society as a whole. Attached is a link to the TOPS website where David's public security licensing is available to view, along with screenshots from the TOPS website. This information will show his current and past affiliations, to include his affiliation with Priority Protection that was terminated in 2021. Baby, when I tell you they didn't want no parts, they didn't want no parts of this lice lieutenant. They wanted no parts. They wanted no parts. And I can't blame them. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and click on, let's go ahead and click on the link to see exactly what it is that they're talking about. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead over here. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay. And so they included screenshots, but baby, they said, I can do you one better. Let me give you the actual link to the website because it is public information, right? It's public information. So here's the TOPS website. Okay. So commissioned security officer in 2015, personal protection officer, armed. Now, these are things that he can do with his firearm. Okay. And it also gives the expiration date. All right. So this, some people could define this as very scary stuff. right? Commissioned police officer. It was issued on January 30th of 2015. It doesn't expire until January 30th of 2025. He's also a personal protections officer. That was issued on February 5th of 2015. That expires on January 30th of 2025. But it also says the status is not registered or application incomplete. So there are also some unregistered things that he has down here. So, you know, when it comes to his training, what he can do armed and unarmed, baby, they listed it all. Okay. They listed it all just to go ahead and clear themselves. Just to clear themselves to say, oh, listen, we're not affiliated with this man, but here's his TOPS information. The Texas Online Private Security information. So it seems like he does a lot of private work. Again, as he, you know, he did have it blatantly listed on his LinkedIn that he's no longer an official law enforcement officer due to a quote unquote injury. And so now he's into all of this private security sector. Okay. So when we get back into his actual Instagram page, which I'm surprised he hasn't shut down yet, or made it private yet. When we get into this, it truly looks like he works for the airport, right? And today at work, just a week ago, he said, and today at work. And there are all these photos of the airport. Look at this. I mean, everything is him at an airport. And so if he's working at an airport and he's still able or required to handle to have or carry a firearm at his place of employment, there's something that is truly deeply wrong and concerning about this Lice Lieutenant. Because he has very alarming rhetoric and beliefs. For him to stand in the middle of a 7-Eleven, for him to be upset that he wasn't paying attention in traffic, and someone lightly tapped the horn to let him know, hey, traffic has moved. You're obstructing the traffic. And for him to break somebody's side view mirror, brake check them constantly, and then when they try to get insurance information, he calls them the N-word with the hard ER time after time after time, is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. He's definitely unwell and not fit enough to carry a firearm. Unwell and unfit, albeit that doesn't mean he shouldn't be held accountable for what he is doing. Okay? Period, point blank. I got no jumper about to put it up. Thank you, Seti Nash. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And so, that's the one of the bigger parts of this story. Now, let's also get into the demands that pertaining to this press conference. Okay, so there was a press conference held earlier today. Let's go ahead and log into it. Summary: white peace officer using racial slurs and bigoted, vicious, racist attack against an African-American female. They are demanding that David Tupper be terminated immediately from employment. The immediate, okay? They want his certification to be revoked immediately and his license, so that he's never hired as a peace officer in any law enforcement department or agency in the state of Texas. Okay. So what I want to do now, without further ado, and again, if you all are here and if you really care and if you really want justice for this situation, please make sure you share this video. This video is not about me. It's not about you sending me any cash apps or super chats or anything of that nature. It's really about you hitting thumbs up on this video and sharing this video out, because we need to make as much noise as possible. And we need to make sure as many people know about David. What is it? David Tupper. David Tupper. We need to make sure as many people know about him as possible. So please spread this news, spread this word far and wide. Okay. Now, without further ado, we need to get into the press conference. The press conference that was held earlier today. It was a rather short press conference. It was only 13 minutes long, but it got the point across, right? And this was a press conference that was held by the new Black Panther Party. Let's make sure I'm naming the leader of the national chairman of the new Black Panther Nation. Right. New Black Panther Nation. So this is who actually got on it. I got on the situation when they seen it, the new Black Panther Nation. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into this press conference. And I want to know what you all think about it. All right. All right. It's not started too quickly. Okay. So we're going to get into this. Thank you all for being here. Drop some pancakes in the chat. Also, please make sure you subscribe for more Black news, celebrity entertainment updates, and everything else. You don't want to miss out. Things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And sometimes we talk about serious stuff. And sometimes we sit back, we laugh, we joke, and we just have a good time. This just so happens to be something that I couldn't stay quiet on or about. And this is the reason why we're talking about it on a Sunday at a time in which I would rather be laughing and joking. But sometimes you got to put the kiddie things aside and talk about what's really going on in the world. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this press conference. And I want to hear what you all think down below in the comments.
Had all took place and how she was an absolute victim of a bigoted, racist, white supremacist white man wearing a law enforcement uniform who should never be allowed to wear that uniform anywhere in the country. When she was explaining what
The volume is very low. I can say I can understand what he's saying. You might need to turn your volume up a little bit, but so far he's called the brother a racist, bigoted white man. But let's get back into it again.
7/11 had all took place and how she was an absolute victim of a bigoted, racist, white supremacist white man wearing a law enforcement uniform who should never be allowed to wear that uniform anywhere in the country. When she was explaining what took place, what happened.
So on this past Thursday, I was picking up my son from school with the bus stop over on the other side of 2 miles. It was close by. And the traffic was pretty heavy around 5 o'clock. So I believe it was like right at 5. There was a guy.
They are very low. I mean, I can hear it, but I can understand. I can understand if other people can't hear it. You might need to turn your volume all the way up. But I can definitely understand that it's really low coming from where they're coming from.
Literally 5 cars in front of the car. I tapped lightly, very lightly, just to kind of wake him up. I didn't know if he was there or anything. So he looked in his rearview mirror like a nasty look. And I'm like, and he literally sat there. He sat there and held me there. So I was able to immediately, and I said immediately, I had space to get in my left lane. I got in my left lane. I didn't get back over to the right in front of him or anything. I got in my left lane to go straight to turn left on the freeway. Next thing you know, I hear a loud, like accelerating the gas. Okay, he accelerates his gas, comes to from the right lane and punches my rear mirror. I mean my side mirror. decided to go out. And at that point, I immediately got back on the school, right? And I followed him right here. And he kept like brake checking, like he wanted to hit me. And at that point, I just went around to the far left lane and I drove all the way down and I made these to come back up. My son said, he's right there. He's here at this gas station. I said, okay. I waited inside. I came back in here. I politely walked in. I parked right next to his motorcycle. I walked in. I said, excuse me, sir. Did you just punch my mirror? He said, F you nigger, B-word. So he cursed me out and kept saying that. I'm like, excuse me? That was the first thing came out of his mouth. He said, F you nigger, B. I don't care. You should have never, don't be hitting people. No, he said, don't be blowing the horn at people. We don't need to. Go fix your car. You cool nigger. He kept calling me a nigger. He called me a fat nigger. And I was like, you know what? At that point, I was recording. I thought I was recording the whole time, but I was on Snapchat recording. So it stopped. And I walked off. When I walked off, he just followed me. Come here, you nigga bitch. Come here, you nigga bitch. And spit on me. He literally spit on me. When I turned around, he spit on me. And I walked out. I said, you know what? Okay. And I walked out. I left. I left in tears. I left crying. I left when they were asleep. I'm shaking out even talking about this. I'm young. I've never been through nothing like this ever. My son has to grow up, and he shouldn't be experiencing this. We're all free. We're all the same. We're all equal. So I should be going through it. And he needs to be. That gun needs to be taken away. Because all I can see was my life or my son's life taken away. If I would have said the wrong thing, that's why I walked off, because I see how aggressive he's getting. We're calling me a goon, calling me a nigga, keep calling me a nigger, nigger this, nigger that. I left. I walked out because I knew if I didn't walk out, I would not be able to stand right here and tell my story, nor would my son be. Because my son would have came in there and taken up for his mom, and it would have been over for both of us. So I'm glad that I was able to.
To watch the brutal racist attack against this beautiful young black woman at this store when she was a business by herself, to be a victim of road rage and then a racial attack subsequently following after that, and then to watch this white man come into this particular 7-Eleven, this racist dog of a man, to bully this woman, to threaten this woman, then to spit on her. Let us say to this gentleman, we know who you are. We know your name. We know where you live. We know where you work at. You are absolute punk and a coward, because you wouldn't dare do that to a brother, and you're walking around with a gun on your hip. We're demanding that his Chico's license be rejected, that his license to carry a firearm be rejected. We've done further research into this gentleman. He has a criminal history, and based on his criminal history, he's not even eligible to legally have the right to carry a weapon. We have looked into his criminal history. He shouldn't be walking around with a weapon. This man is a danger to society. He's already demonstrated that he will commit a hate crime against an African American and using racist, hateful language on a female, spit on her, walking around with a gun, claiming to be a law enforcement officer. We're demanding that district attorney's office open up an investigation to this case immediately. Fort BNDA's office, let's do your job, because this man should be arrested for the assault of this mother, and he should be removed from any agency that permits officers to carry weapons. And people like him to be charged with felon in possession of a firearm because he has an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge of his criminal history. So how is he even legally having the right to carry a weapon? This man is a threat to society, and we want law enforcement to do something about him before you force the community to. Because wherever we see this dog, we're watching you. Whenever you make that move again, just make sure you make it in front of a group of brothers and not a group of sisters. Because I'll be damn sure you wouldn't have did it to us. I don't care what gun you have on your hip. He's a disgrace. He's less of a man. And no society, no community should want him among them and call him a friend or a neighbor, not to the black woman that calls herself his wife. Oh, my dear sister, how can you lay down with such a dirty, racist dog every night? Give him some sugar and give him some poontang pie, and he hates the very existence of your people. We're calling on that beautiful sister. If that's your husband, file for divorce tomorrow. Leave that dirty, no good racist tomorrow. If you need some help, reach out to your brother, sister. We will help you get away from this dirt bag. Because this man should not even be worthy to marry anyone. He's less than human. We'll take your questions.
You also called police after something that happened.
I called the police. I called Meadows Place police about yesterday. They were asking questions about where exactly what happened. The way next here is right in the middle. Meadows Place police. The staff. So they asked me, well, do you want to file a police report for the damage? My partner said, kind of read and fix the mirror. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And they told me I need to go to staff room. And I did file a police report. And that's it. And I was trying to accident.
So you mentioned that private jet. So he is currently employed as a security guard.
Yes, we believe the company is Veronica. I spoke with another company that he previously worked with in July of 2021, and they did further research into him, also since he's left that company, and they got back with me and let me know where he's actually working now. Company called Veronica. Yes, and I have it on my phone. I can just a second ago. It's called Veronica.
I believe there was another name, Barentech, or I'm not sure.
Veronica, that's what you're Veronica. Well, remember, this is August of 2023 was last month. You with me? And I think they're lying. I think that they're trying to make sure that they're not liable for a lawsuit, because we also have been very clear that after Thursday, when he assaulted her, he was working for that company. Now they since this was going viral, the video, he may have been fired, but when he assaulted her, he was working for that company. Yes, we do know that much. But we want law enforcement to make those findings also through a thorough and proper investigation into this stuff, because we do believe he committed a hate crime.
Moving forward, you talked about how it impacted you emotionally, mentally, just kind of reach out. What do you want to see
reached out as of Friday. Other organizations are reaching out. So we're going to send an official letter to him on tomorrow, asking to open up an investigation into this gentleman, because it's all on camera what he did. And so we definitely will thoroughly investigate, because he assaulted this man, spitting on her, raping her. He's a coward. He's a pathetic coward. And I don't have to say one thing about this man that speaks back about what he is. That's one of the worst videos I've ever seen of a racial assault. This man should be arrested, and he should never, ever, ever be allowed to carry a firearm. But this man to have his criminal history and still walking around with a gun on his hip is totally unacceptable. All the citizens of Texas are not safe while he's allowed to walk around with a gun on his hip, being an absolute white supremacist figure in uniform. Thank you.
That's why I stopped talking.
So, you know what I don't appreciate about this situation? What I don't appreciate about that, I mean, is obviously is what happened, right? Like what happened was ridiculous. But here we go. Take a look at this. And I want y'all to tell me if you see anything in the next couple of days, because this took place at 3 p.m. CST Central Standard Time, which was 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. And I can see ABC 13 right here. You can see other news stations who are here and present. But when I went to go see, because this is, thank goodness we have people, thank goodness Black people, we have our network. This is a press conference that was held. And we're watching the version from this brother that we can see on the screen right here. Somebody that he knew that was supporting him and what he had going on, but they're filming from their cell phone, which is why you could hear all that wind, which is why you couldn't hear all the volume. Now, there was several times before I went live, and even as I sat here listening to this live and realizing the volume was kind of low, I said, okay, ABC 13 was right there, right? Let's, again, let me get my logo out the way. ABC 13 was right there, right? Along with the other news stations. Let me go get their quote unquote professional. Let me get their professional version of it, since they were hooked up to the mics and it'll sound different than the person just standing there with their cell phone. Maybe we won't hear all the wind. Maybe we can get more of a, they haven't posted it. It don't take these news networks. Again, this press conference took place 6 hours ago. Doesn't matter what time zone you on. It was 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, which would be 9 p.m. Central Standard Time right now. It was 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. And none of these major platforms have posted this. They showed up to get it, but I guess based off what they heard, they felt like it just wasn't worthy enough to air. If something changes between now and then, and now and tomorrow or the day after, please feel free to let me know or send it to my inbox or comment below this video. But as of right now, in this moment in real time, none of these news networks that decided to show up and capture the audio and the visual, none of them decided to post it. It don't take them long to post things like that. They're professionals. Us on YouTube, we're amateurs, right? At least that's what we're told and what we're made out to be. So if we didn't have this woman, now granted, the audio is clearly something that we're struggling with, but that's all we have to work with. And it's proof that a press conference did take place. And at the very least, you may not be able to get down with that audio, but you can see the news station showed up, but they don't think it's a good enough story, a lucrative or a salacious enough story to go ahead and run. This goes to show you why it's so important that we support our own people when we're talking about it. And this is the reason why all of this skit shit is bizarre and it's bananas. We were talking about this behind the paywall about an hour ago before we went live with this. Everybody's doing all of these skits online and people don't know what to and what not to believe. So now people are going to just start not believing anything because the skits are getting a bit out of fucking control. People don't want to waste their time and their energy, their emotions, and their outrage with all these skits when it comes to real stuff like this that needs to go viral, but it can't. But you know what will go viral? The woman in the car with the Cheesecake Factory and she was worth better. And oh yeah, that'll go viral. It's on all the blogs. But guess what? It was fake. It was a skit. But that'll go viral, but this won't. Same thing with the girl who sat there eating the all of them oysters. What was it, 48 oysters or something? I don't know. Oysters are just but still, again, a skit. Oh, but it hit all the blogs, didn't it? Didn't it? But shit like this, We can't get it to go viral worth a damn. So when I say this is not about me or my video, right? This is about justice, right? So when I'm doing my other videos and my morning shows, yeah, I want y'all to push my videos through the algorithm because I'm trying to grow and I'm trying to, but this is not one of those times. This is one of those times where it needs to go viral, and it's so much bigger than me that I'm literally nothing in comparison to how this story needs to get out. Nothing. So when I say hit the thumbs up, share this video, have these conversations in your barbershops, in your hair salons, in your nail salons, so on and so forth. This is what needs to happen. This is the power that we have. Or do we only have the power as a culture to make sure that dumbass debates go viral and dumbass skit videos go viral, but we don't have enough sense and power and courage to make the shit that really matters go viral? Because the asinine stuff, the blue faces and the Krishans and the Jadas and the Wills and the everything else, that is always going to go viral because people can't stop talking about that nonsense. And that is legitimate nonsense. This is shit that affects everyday people. And you might think it don't affect you, but I'm pretty sure this woman didn't expect for you know, racism as a whole to really come at her like this. I get disappointed in my people sometimes, and I want better for our people sometimes. And I want us to prioritize some of our talking points, even in our leisure. Even in our leisure. Don't just talk about the nonsense and the bull crap that's on social media. Talk about the stuff that actually needs to be put out there like a boomerang. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Because if it was you or your nephew or your uncle or somebody that was missing or had a, you know, some type of large discriminatory or racist moment, you would want as many people to talk about that as possible. But I digress. You know, because it sounds corny. It sounds corny, and some people they're not going to be able to receive it. They're not going to be able to receive it because all they want to talk about are the gender wars, and you've got $180 and your boyfriend's got $20, and y'all go out to eat. How much money do y'all have? The same old gender war debate and who should be paying for this and should y'all be going half and half. These are the things that take up all the time when we in the barbershops and the hair salons and kitchen table talk and so on and so forth. And when it comes to shit that really matters and the petitions that we need to be signing and the awareness we need to be raising and the conversations we need to be having about how should we approach situations like this? How should we approach situations like this? Should we approach the white supremacists? Should we approach the Ku Klux Klan? Should we approach the flower ranger and ask him what's going on and risk him hitting us or shooting us? Should we approach the mayonnaise mascot or the lights lieutenant? Should we? Everybody's got a different way of thinking about it.
What you are is nigger trash.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from me, you classist bitch.
What you gonna do?
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid nigga, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a
she
stupid
is a
nigga.
stupid nigger.
He hit my plate. I'm a stupid
Go
nigger.
fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch ass.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
What would you do? I saw some people in her comment section saying you had no business approaching him. You weren't with a man. That man could have seriously hurted you. You should have waited until you had a male family member who could vouch for you or something like that. Just so many people telling her to stand down, basically. From the woman who was in the store that said, girl, you need to be careful. He got to, you know what? You need to keep your mouth shut. And you had people in the comments saying you had no business walking up to him because it's dangerous. What do we do? What's the right answer to this question? What's the right solution? buck up against it or just let it happen? Because by the time she called a brother or a cousin or somebody, he would have been well gone. What did we do? You know, I'm open because I feel like it's not I feel like there's no right or wrong answer. I feel like it's not just a black or white thing. I feel like there's no quote unquote right answer to this question because things could easily go wrong. But I'm not mad at her for what she did. I'm not mad at her for going back and approaching him and capturing what she captured on camera. I'm not mad at all. If anything, I really do applaud her for this. I do. I really do. I want to see if there's anybody willing to call in and say if there's anybody brave enough to call in and tell me how they would deal with the situation. I'm curious to know what's the answer for you. Did she do the right thing? Did she not? Would you have done the same thing? Would you have done something different? Any and all, responses. I'm curious to know. I'll drop the link if there's anybody interested in calling in. If nobody calls in, that's fine. We'll get on up out of here. But I really want to know what you all think. So drop some pancakes down below. Hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you definitely do so for some balanced Black news and celebrity entertainment updates over here. I'm going to drop the link for you to call in, and we'll be right back.
So let's see if you're really about it. If you've been serious about what you've been saying about wanting to support more Black-owned businesses, here's your chance. I found a spot for us to grab our hats, hoodies, affordable electronics, phone accessories, and gadgets from. It's over on edwerso.com. That's EDWERSOW.com. Grab something for your hubby, your wife. Hey, I ain't encouraging that side chick behavior, but it's just in time for the holidays. So head on over there and grab your AirPod cases, hoodies, and affordable electronics. That's edwerso.com, EDWERSOW.com. And I'll see you over there. It's time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But if you're new in my neighborhood here on YouTube, hey, I'm The Plainest Jane, and I provide coverage and commentary on trending stories, viral events, and Black culture. I definitely appreciate you stopping through and hitting that subscribe button if you like more of my particular brand of syrup. Get into this Black-owned business, stickies. It's got things for inside your home, outside your home, and even on the go. JasmineMadeIt.com is your new destination for Black Girl Magic mugs, tumblers, and even wine glasses. You can even customize the tumblers and wine glasses. There's a lot going on for a low price over at JasmineMadeIt.com. And if you've been serious about wanting to support more Black-owned businesses, here's your chance. Let JasmineMadeIt.com handle all your problems for family and friends. You ever had a friend over and they just wasn't catching the hint or paying the rent?
Our asses all get to stepping.
Yeah, tell them to get to stepping with this nostalgic Martin-themed doormat and shop over a dozen different doormat designs over on JasmineMadeIt.com. All right, stickies, you know what time it is. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and shop Black today. Make life easier for you and your household by taking your family's hot or cold beverages on the go with one of these unique tumblers. It's insulated to keep your beverage at temperature, and it comes with a few different reusable straws and even the specific brush that you need to wash it so you can keep it sanitized and germ-free. They've got all kinds of designs to match your mood or style. So grab something for your wife, the hubby, or even the kids over on JasmineMadeIt.com. That's JasmineMadeIt.com, and I'll see you over there.
All right, so we are back. It looked like there was nobody that called in, and that's okay. That is completely fine that nobody called in. I did see a request for a Black History moment. Let me see. I don't want any Black woman to go through this. It's not okay. Understandable. Okay, so here we go. I wish we could get a Black History fact to decompress after this bus ride because this was a lot. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to oblige. I'm going to oblige you all with this. I was up at like 5 o'clock this morning getting into a Black History fact. Believe it, we're really just reading into the Black History moment that, hey, I'm about to bring to you right now since people are requesting. That y'all make me feel so good for y'all to be requesting a series that I really didn't even think would stick, but it seems like a lot of people actually do like, enjoy, and appreciate this. So just shout out to y'all for even wanting the Black History moment, but I do think that could definitely even the keel. So let's go ahead and get to our Black History moment. It's totally fine that nobody, I saw that there were people answering the question in the chat, but there was nobody that actually called in, but that's okay. The phone lines will be open several times moving forward in a lot of the other shows. And if you catch it, you catch it. If you're chasing a bus, then you're just a little late. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into a Black History moment. Shout out to the person who suggested this. Shout out to Ash versus Cash for requesting something that will bring a bit of balance to this heavy bus ride, because this is definitely quite a bit of a heavy bus ride. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that. Thank you all for being here and really just appreciating what I do over here on my channel. Okay, so let's go.
Now let's spend a little bit of time with our ancestors, or at least listening to them, because they always tell us you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. So let's get into a little bit of Black history with this Black History moment.
They got me in the system. Why they gotta do me like that?
And I know I can be what I wanna be what I wanna be.
We've got love for y'all, which I don't love. Just
about the feeling.
Get down.
All right, let's get into today's Black History moment. And today's Black History moment is brought to you by none other than Deeper Than Skin Deep. You can find Deeper Than Skin Deep at the very first link linked down below in the description box. So check out the description box. When you click down there, it is going to be the very first link. She's going to tell you everything that you need to know about the products in Ulta and Sephora, whether they be high-end or drugstore. If you go in Ulta, you'll be able to find high-end, drugstore, and everything in between. If you go in Sephora, it's going to be all high-end stuff. But all of the reviews, the tutorials, and even skincare and high-end skincare routines, products, regimens, you'll be able to get those things over there at Deeper Than Skin Deep. So today's Black History moment is brought to you by none other than Deeper Than Skin Deep. But let's go ahead and get into this, okay? So today's Black History moment is about Joseph Douglas, and he was the director of the Department of Music at Howard University, and his grandfather, Frederick Douglass. So Joseph Henry Douglas, he lived from 1869 to 1935. He was the second child of Charles Douglas and his first wife, Libby. Now, with moral and financial support from his grandfather, Frederick Douglass, he studied the violin at Boston Conservatory and became a renowned violinist. So, Joseph Douglass, the grandson of Frederick Douglass, was the first nationally known Black concert violinist. His interest in music stemmed from his father and grandfather, both of which played the violin. And I just need to go back and make sure y'all understand exactly what's being said here. Joseph Douglass, who was the grandson of Frederick Douglass, was the first nationally known Black concert violinist. Okay? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So Douglass was the first Black violinist to tour the world as a performer. And when he was 22 years old, he performed at the Chicago World's Fair, which was a day to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus's arrival in the quote unquote New World. So he shared the lineup that day with poet Paul Laurence Dunbar. And it was the beginning of his career that spanned over 3 decades. So Joseph Douglass was born in basically around Washington, D.C. in 1869 to Charles and Mary Elizabeth Douglass. And he was the only child of the couple that would live to be an adult. So he received his formal musical training from conservatories in New England and Boston. So Joseph Douglass was the first violinist of any race. Joseph Douglass was the first violinist of any race to record music for the Victor Talking Machine Company in 1914. He performed for several United States presidents, including William McKinley, Teddy Roosevelt, and Howard Taft. And by 1910, he was performing at Concierge Hall, okay? And so Douglass also appeared at the Grand Military Concert, which was sponsored by the U.S. Marine Band in Washington to commemorate the presidential inauguration of Grover Cleveland. So unfortunately, his recordings with the Victor Talking Machine Company, they were never released. But aside from his work in music, he was a conductor at Howard University, okay, in HBCU, as we all know. Now, he often played slave spirituals that he learned as a child for family members. And his widow, Fanny Douglass, donated his violin, which was a copy of the German Stradivarius, to the U.S. Department of Interior after his death in 1935. So he really did accomplish a lot, right? I know a lot of people talk about nepotism and all that other stuff, but you know, when you're really grinding to get it and grinding to do something different, it gives a different feel, right? And if you don't know what nepotism is, it's kind of like, in so many words, a spoiled brat born into or underneath of people who have already achieved great things. So let's just say if Sasha Obama and what's the other one? If the daughters didn't want to do anything and they just wanted to like live off of their parents' name instead of really making a name for themselves and doing their own studies to become their own great people, then it's different. But if it's just nepotism and things are handed to them, then that's pretty much what it is, right? So, nepotism is a thing. Don't get me wrong, right? But that's not the case here. And I really don't see that Malia and Sasha. One of the two of them is actually doing a lot of work with writing behind the scenes for movies and shows. They worked underneath of Donald Glover. So I don't really see any nepotism in the Obama sphere, but I just wanted to provide an example. But I don't see nepotism there, right? So yeah, that that's one of those things. But shout out to shout out to this brother. Okay. Shout out to Joseph Douglas, grandson of Frederick Douglass, who went on to become, the director of the Department of Music at Howard University. Like, this is with the violin. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Okay. I'm always down for a good Black History moment. I get up every day and I dig straight into Black history all the time. So that's why when I saw the request in the chat, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I was reading up on some stuff this morning. Sure. Let's just, it's just that easy to me because this is what I really live. Like, I'm not like putting up this front or just like, finding stuff to read to y'all. This is stuff that I'm truly interested in. The stuff that I give y'all, the stuff that I deliver to y'all is stuff that I'm truly interested in. Listen, baby, I don't have time to be two different people, one person online and one person offline at all. Like, I don't have time for it. So shout out to y'all. And I appreciate the person who actually requested this. One other thing that I wanted to show y'all is this. So you got this man. This is the same man, right? Who was standing in the what do you call it? Standing in the 7-Eleven, saying whatever he needed to say, calling the woman a stupid N-word with the hard ER. But when it's convenient for him to look like a hero, he must have hugged a Black child. Not to mention he has a Black wife. There's just so many things wrong with this situation. Infinite things wrong with this situation. This officer spit on this Black woman. Whether he's a peace officer, a police officer, a security officer, whatever, they have him using a weapon. He spit on this Black woman. He broke her side view mirror and called her all types of stupid nigger trash. I just want y'all to let that sink in. Just the final note. Just the final note. Okay? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay? And that's really all that we can say. All right. Now, I have had correspondence with the woman who this has happened to. She's had a really long day today, especially after the press conference. However, I wish her nothing but the best. I made it a point to cover this story because it's really important that we do get stories like this out. Now, of course, stories like this won't do as much as a Will and Jada video or you name it, any of the DJ Envy videos and all this. Oh, no, this won't do as much. But it's ultimately up to you all. I've done my due diligence in bringing this story out and sharing it and exploiting it in the way that it needs to be exploited, right? As you got positive exploitation, you got negative exploitation. I've done all I can do. Ultimately, it's up to you, Stickies. It's up to the Pancake Posse as to whether you're going to share this video, engage with this video, hit thumbs up on this video, leave more than one comment on this video, leave timestamps on this video, especially if you're chasing the bus in your comment and down below on this video, what timestamp stood out to you? And comment on this video more than one time, because that's what's going to help this video go further up in the algorithm and spread to a larger amount of people. Okay. So listen, I passed the question off to you. What do you think about this? What would you do in a situation like this? I'm curious, any and all thoughts. I really want to hear from you down below. I understand this was a very bumpy and uncomfortable bus ride, but it was something that needed to happen. So let me know your final thoughts and unanswered questions down below in those comments. I'm anxious to get down in the comments below with you. Make sure you keep it sticky and make sure you keep it real. Be sure to tag me in all of your favorite trending topics on Instagram and on Twitter. Don't forget to DM me. It's supposed to just tag me. DM me the stories on Instagram and on Twitter. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking the community tab. Don't forget to do something to decompress today. Drop your comments and let me know all of your thoughts based on this white supremacist neighborhood that we had to go through today. Talking about this Ku Klux Klan, talking about this Flower Ranger, talking about this Lights Lieutenant, and talking about this Mayo mascot. Okay? So last but not least, listen, do me a favor. However you can, be sure to have a safe evening and have a productive week. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. But be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the celebrity and trending syrup, because you know things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And don't forget to drop some of the pancake emojis down below in the comment section. Y'all be sure to stay beautiful, black, and blessed. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.
But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.